Hey guys, welcome to my part 2 video on how to secure my Android phone series. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can find your lost phone in case you ever lose it. And in the worst case, at least how you can prevent your data being stolen from your lost phone. So there are two simple steps that are going to help you achieve it. And then I'll also explain how you can, where do you go after you lose your phone and how you can track it down, etc. In case if you have not seen my previous video on some of the basics of Android security, I would highly recommend watching that video because there are some important steps in there that would also help you protect your Android phone. I have put up a link above in the suggestion card, so feel free to click on it and watch it. Now let's get started. So there are a couple of things that you need to do before the phone is lost, or at least you need to ensure that these settings are on and ensure you need to ensure that these settings are on so that if at all the phone gets lost, hopefully you don't lose your phone, but if at all it gets lost, these settings are the ones that are going to help you out. So let's figure out what they are. The first one is encrypt phone or secure startup, or it could be called something else to this extent. But effectively, what this setting does is it is going to enable disk encryption or device encryption of your phone, which is nothing but that complete storage of your phone will be encrypted using strong encryption algorithms, and the keys never leave the device. And to add further, the keys will also be protected by a password that you will provide, right? So that only you can unlock your phone. So you need to enter the password each time you turn on the phone so that the Android operating system can actually decrypt your whole storage and then proceed with the startup. So that's something you need to be aware of. So each time you restart your phone, you will have to enter password for that. Now let's see on different phones how you can enable this encryption, right? So the first one is, so this is a Samsung phone. So different phone manufacturers have named this slightly differently. So you may have to look for the corresponding option in your phone, but I will give you overall guidance on where to look for and how to look for, right? So this is a Samsung Note 8, and in Samsung, this is called as a secure startup. So you can go into settings, um, and then you can use the search bar, which is probably easier, and then search for secure startup, and then you find one in the biometrics and security section. And once you click on secure startup, you can see that there is an option to do not require password or require password when the device powers on. Even though this just talks about password, but if you read through it, you will understand that this is actually device encryption. And there are some caveats that's mentioned that even your alarms will not work or you cannot receive calls until the device is booted with the password, if in case you reboot, that is. So make sure that you select the option for require password when device powers on. This is in general safe so that all your storage is always encrypted on the phone. So if someone gets hold of your phone or even if you lose it, there is no way for them to recover any data out of it. Now the caveat, just so I need to mention, is that now even if you forget your password, there is no way for you to recover that data from that phone. So that we should be very, very careful about. So there is no way for you, even if you have access to your Gmail or whatever, if you lose your password on that phone, then you lose your data. Now let's see how it looks on a typical Android phone. And so even this can be customized by the manufacturer, like I mentioned before, but it's likely it's closer to this on some phones. Same way, you can go to the settings and search for encryption, and you are seeing this section, right? So, and you are seeing this section, security and encryption credentials. In that, if you see, there's an option called encrypt phone. And in this case, you can see that it's already encrypted. And yeah, in the later versions of Android, by default, the device encryption is on, like you see here. And there is like, it's not even recommended that you have an option to disable that, but it's possible depending on the version of Android that you have and the manufacturer that you have, you might be able to turn it on or off. So you can check that. But pretty much you go to the settings and search for encryption or secure startup, and you will find the setting for device encryption or phone encryption. So keep that enabled, and that's the first step towards not losing your data to someone. The second step towards this is to enable Find My Phone. So Find My Phone is a Android service that helps you track down your lost phone if in case you lose it. So if this feature is enabled, Your Android phone reports back your location periodically, and it can also be queried from the cloud. Um, so that at any point you can track down where your phone is. But this is assuming your phone is switched on and it is connected to the internet. So there are two ways you can lose your phone, right? So one is really someone stealing your phone and intentionally turning your phone off. During that time window when the battery is still on, your phone typically is connected, so you can probably track your phone down. But the other possibility is that you genuinely just lost your phone and really nobody has picked it or stolen, and it is just lying around somewhere. So in that case, also your phone is actually connected to the internet completely, and all that you need is to figure out where your phone is in this world, right? So enabling this service keeps you figure out from the cloud, talking to the phone, and then figuring out where the phone is. So in the later half, I'll talk about that piece of software and what all options exist there. But right now, we're going to see how you can enable this feature on the phone for use later. So in the same way, you go to settings and then you can search for Find My Phone. Um, it's typically in the security section. So here you see Find My Device, and you just have to ensure that your Find My Device setting is on. It's quite possible it's on by default as well, but if it is not, please make sure that you turn it on. And as given below, there are like three different ways you can actually find your phone back, but we'll talk about that shortly. And like every other service on Android, it is always up to the manufacturer, and the manufacturers can customize some of these things. For example, on Samsung, it has its own Find My Mobile service. As you can see here, this is how a Samsung's Find My Mobile service looks, and they have their own Find My Mobile service account as well via Samsung account. And even the cloud service that is used to find your phone back is different from the typical Android Find My Phone service. So that is pretty much it. And if you ensure that this service is on your phone, then hopefully this can be used to track down your phone if in the unfortunate event of losing your phone. Okay, so in the unlikely event of losing your phone, let's now talk about how you can really track down your phone. So this is assuming that you had enabled the Find My Mobile or Find My Device service already on your phone. So the first option here is to use the Find Device app. So there is a Find Device app in the Google Play that you can just download and then install. So you need to log in using the same Google account that you are using on your Android phone. So this works only for the typical standard Android Find My Device service. So if you have a Samsung device, then you have a different way to find that. I'll just shortly explain that. But this is for a typical Android device. So once you install it and log in with the same Google account as your phone's Google account, and if you have enabled your Find My Device service, you should be able to see your device as shown here, all your devices if you have more than one, and the location of them right now. So from the map, you can fairly figure out, depending on the location accuracy that you have enabled on your phone, this can be fairly accurate. No, like I mentioned before, you could lose your phone for various reasons. It could be genuinely just you just missed it somewhere versus extreme reasons like someone stole your phone. So there are multiple different options. Each of them could be useful in certain situations. Like you can play sound, and the key thing is typically what would you do if you lose your phone even within your home? You can call your phone from someone else's phone, right? Or if you are at the place where you missed your phone, you can call from someone else's phone hoping that it would ring. But there are situations where, say, your phone is in vibration mode, or you had put it on silent, and so even if you call, it's not going to ring at all, right? So this will bypass all of those things. Now, if you play a sound from Find My Device, Android ignores all those settings on your the volume, etc., and it plays the sound in full volume irrespective of what mode your phone is in. So that's a great handy thing if you're already around the phone and then you just want the phone to just ring some sound. If in case that's not the case, but you sort of, you know, uh, someone has not stolen, but you've lost it, but you want, let's say you lost it somewhere else remotely, and we are hoping to, give a message to someone who finds your phone first, right? So that's when you can use the secure device option. In the secure device option, typically you, even if your phone is not locked right now, you can lock your phone. But more importantly, more useful thing in my opinion is secure device also takes a message. So you can give a message to whoever is seeing your phone saying, if you find this phone, please call me on this number, and give an alternate number on that, right? So that's very handy. So if someone genuine finds your phone, then they can probably reach you on that alternate number. The third worst case option is the case where you think you really lost your phone and someone malicious have picked it up, right? So when you're sure that you're not going to get your phone back, and at least you want to safeguard your data. So if you have enabled data encryption, you're already fairly safe, because I think there's no way for them to get back the data. But to be sure, you can still use this option as a last resort, and then you can completely erase the device, wipe it out remotely. So that's another option that you have. So all these three options are available in every Find My Device service, even in the Samsung service, as you will see shortly, um, because I think they are all useful. You can also see that uh, which is the Wi-Fi network currently the phone is connected to. So you also sort of get a hint of, you know, potentially maybe where, if you're familiar with the Wi-Fi network, you can know where the phone is right now. It also shows you the battery percentage, so it gives you an idea of how long your phone is going to stay alive. And this is how it looks on the web. So if you go to android.com/find, it redirects you to google.com/android/find. But once you log in through using your Google account, this is what you would see on the same way like your, the application, uh, pretty much, but it's a web interface for the same, and you can do pretty much the same set of actions here as well. And for Samsung, if you log into findmymobile.samsung.com, that's their web portal for Find My Mobile. You will see a very similar interface, and you have the map showing you the location of the phone. And so this is the Samsung set of options that are available. Samsung has little more features, like you can even retrieve the calls and messages that have happened. Calls, as in I believe it's the call history, and the messages that have been received on the phone. So you have little more information than that. You can even put the phone into extended battery life. You can erase data like that. You can ring. Um, the other typical options exist uh, on Samsung side as well. And it sort of, every time you choose an action, it gives you a description on what you're going to right now do on the phone. And more importantly, though it is used in the genuine cases, Android also makes sure that this feature does not get misused for tracking, right? You shouldn't be tracked using this feature without you being aware of it. So what Android does is, every time a Find My Device service queries your location, you will also see a notification on the phone saying your device location was requested from Find My Device. So this is to ensure that if you are a genuine user and you are being tracked by the service, you will get to know that it's being tracked. So both sides have been taken care of, that if you lose your device, you're safe, or you're hopeful to find that back. And this feature does not get misused for tracking you as well. So that is pretty much it for this video. And if you have any comments or any questions on the same, feel free to post in the comment section. And in the subsequent videos, we will talk about the various other forms of security. Stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel for getting notified for my further videos.